Check. Am I actually live? Oh, I did not realize that. Okay. Well, I wanted to go live because I am finished with this new website for my skate frames. I want to just double check that I'm actually live. I don't believe this. So I designed this little studio in my basement. It's not my basement, it's my main floor, but I have two floors. So I rented this house. It has extra space, and now I have a little studio. So I came out with the Gemini skate frames, and I've been sharing content on my K2 Alex YouTube channel. That channel has been around since nearly the beginning of YouTube. I've been making videos since 2004 and skating for nearly 25 years now. So over the years, I came up with this idea. It took about 5 years to figure out how to manufacture a frame, and I put the biggest wheels I could think of on it, and it works well. So as you can see, I'm grinding this little rail. I think that skate park was in Las Vegas. I'll tell you, when I started skating these things, it was kind of scary because I made it. I made this thing under my feet, and I don't know how. I've never made a skate before. I don't know if it's going to break. So I'm on this handrail, assuming that this product I came up with is going to hold together and do what I want it to do. So I'm more afraid of the frame than the tricks. But after weeks of testing, the frame held up. Never had any issues. I was able to jump on a grind, jump off a grind, roll away, and it's pretty spectacular. So if you can trust that these things are a quality piece of equipment, I think that's more reassuring for other people than myself, being the first person to ever ride them. Um, Still trying to log on to YouTube to see if I'm actually streaming. I also got to figure out a way to look at comments if I get live comments. So I've been posting a few videos on my page. Let's see. Am I actually streaming or not? I honestly don't know. I don't think I am. Let me see. Let me go to someone else's page. And then I'll Google myself. No, I'm not streaming. What's the same streaming? Whack. Super whack. Okay, I'll shut up. I am live. No shit. Okay. I've been live this whole time? Okay, okay. Well, this is a terrible stream. Well, so I'll just start from here. So I made these frames and I made this website. And it's unreal that we're at this point because that's an aluminum frame, and in red next to the bolts are flip chip spacers, which you can twist upside down. Here, actually, you can. This is kind of fun. I can move my screen, right? So you can flip those spacers upside down and put different size wheels on the frame. And you can also swap out the grind plate with a middle wheel adapter. So you can use 125 or 110 millimeter wheels on this bad boy. I have some metal core scooter wheels because I'm 210 pounds and I slam and break things. So I got the strongest wheels I could find. Um, I also have some rollerblading wheels that have a plastic core. It really just depends on what you're into, but I don't know any other rollerbladers who've skated scooter wheels before, so I had to try it. There's something to it. They're pretty damn tough. They're just heavy. That's the only bad thing about metal core. So these are prototypes. I have finalized the design, not only the design for aesthetic purposes, but for functionality. And the final version of these things are coming in 1 month. And we have pre-orders already. And I do want to offer shipping to Europe as well. We have a plan to do distribution throughout Europe. Um, I just need to make an announcement and update my website. This is one of the first sessions we ever had. I don't think you can hear the music. I've been in my studio all day trying to figure out how to enable uh, audio sharing off of the computer, but it's impossible. This was with 125 millimeter wheels. Before I came up with the flip chip idea, I was set on um, skating 125 millimeter wheels no matter what. That's what I wanted. Since then, I actually am more into the 110s, but 125s at the skate park. First test went pretty well. That was a skate park in Sandusky, Ohio. During this uh, job I had skating at an amusement park with Jaron Grob. Let's see. I was going to go to the YouTube channel and run through some other videos. This was from Paris and Barcelona. I had run into random aggressive skaters on my trip who got some dope clips of me as I tested one of the earlier prototypes of the Gemini skate frame. My I had just competed in the Bitter Cold Showdown. I made it to the semifinals, and when I wasn't competing in my run, I actually had those frames on, and I was zipping around the park, seeing what was possible. Um, let's see. I'll just keep going through some old videos. Las Vegas a year and a half ago. That was one of the better tests. I don't get out that often to skate anymore. I'm pretty busy with my job, recovering a knee injury nonstop. But I go to whenever I show up at a park, I'm able to get 5 to 10 clips and throw together a cool little reel. I'm really excited to see what other people do with these frames. Unfortunately, no one's really been able to shred them aside from when I was in Barcelona last week. We had a local pro put them on their feet, and they hit some pretty sick tricks. A back torque, budget true acid on this really long rail. Everybody was freaking out because, I mean, to just figure it out super quick, that was what I was going for. to emulate the feeling of a normal aggressive skate. So he didn't have any problem transitioning. Let's see what else. Other videos we have. This was the most recent video. So there weren't really any changes to the design at this point, except for I painted the frames red. I was testing out a new type of grind plate. We really wanted it to be 3D printed. In the end, I actually just invested in a way higher quality mold. So that's what we're waiting for. And since it's a mold, we had to change the shape a little bit. We actually made it thinner and lighter because you don't need as much material when it's a stronger material. So with these, they're thick and they're plastic and they're very, I don't know, they wear away fast. It worked for the session and it would probably work for a few weeks, but if you hit enough ledges and angles, they would wear away and then I'd have to send you new ones. So it was a great test. This was a long time ago. Second try. I just thought of that. Now these are tricks I can do in my aggressive skates as well, but to do them in big wheels for the first time without ever seeing anyone else try it, it was kind of freaky. And that was not a low ledge. I mean, it was, mid-thigh. Let's see. I think I played that one already. I don't have that much content. And I don't know when I'm going to post more, honestly. I have a couple more reels in the queue, but until we get the new final designs for these things, probably won't be posting too much, unfortunately. All I have is some falls, maybe. I want to see if there's anybody watching or if there's any comments here. I had a terrible start to the video. Oh, what's going on? Did I mess it up? Crap. Am I even... I think my camera might have went out. I'm still figuring out this whole streaming setup. But, oh, there it is. So I should probably get rid of the YouTube video that I'm looking at. So I want to watch myself as I record. Is this possible? I don't know. There's only one person watching. And it's probably me. And now I don't see anything. Oh, I see myself. Okay. This thing works. Well, I think what I was saying earlier went through, but I made this channel at the beginning of YouTube. I've been making videos since middle school. That's like 2003, I think, was my first edit that I was able to save. But I made them in maybe as early as 2001 or two, probably 2001. I even showed them in school on a laptop. Everybody in the desks just watched the laptop. I put it in the front of the room and showed a skate at it, I think in 7th grade. But yeah, this channel's been around a long time. So I hid a lot of the old videos to try to clean it up and keep it focused on what I'm doing now, which is really just pushing this new big wheel aggressive skate frame. I have no idea how to get people to watch this thing. Maybe I'll post the link on Instagram and see what happens. I'll be right back. So, the camera's running out of battery. All right, I'm going to post the link on Facebook and YouTube and see if anybody joins, and I'll be on here for the next, I don't know, 15 minutes. Just be chilling. But this could be a regular thing. I'd be really happy to chat more. Yeah, it feels strange just talking to myself, with myself. I think an interview would be really cool. And we can use this studio to interview people remotely. But I'll run through it one more time and just go over the skate frame again. Okay. So, what I was talking about earlier is the Gemini escape frame. And I should probably keep a window around for any comments on YouTube. Let's see. I'll look that up. Getting my whole system together for live streams because I have this studio space now. Okay. I can see if anybody chats just in case. And maybe I'll leave a little comment just to test that out. YouTube. So I've joined YouTube. from somebody else's account. And it still says I only have one person watching. Ha! So cheating. Well, whatever. I'm here. So I think, yeah, if I was live and I put somebody like in the window next to me, right here, where the um, window capture is, I think that could be pretty fun. I'd look off to the, well, the camera's right here, but you know, it depends on where you place it. If you look at the screen, like this, yeah, that looks pretty good. Unknown. Too unknown. But it looked good, I think. The lighting's sick. Comment on this lighting. What do you think of it? This is called 2-point lighting. So we have a key light. I'll talk about production all day. Key light with it's called an eggshell filter, egg crate filter. I mean, because it's got this grid. It's also called a grid. It focuses the light just on me so that it doesn't splash on the background and get the look at how dark this background is. I have a blanket just maybe 4 feet behind me and no lights getting on it. And if I switch angles here, the other camera keeps dying. Actually, I'm gonna turn it off so that I can charge up. 1 second. So I've just got my B cam. The B cam is over here, and it's a check this out. It's pretty sharp. It's a Sony A6300. Focus. Oh, it only focuses on this side, I think. There we go. Pretty nice looking. So that's Marcy's camera. And I have a lavalier microphone that's here, a Rode Go 2. It's transmitting wirelessly to a Rodecaster, which is an audio mixer. It's a really fancy one. Definitely overkill for what I'm doing here, but if I ever had a remote guest, it would come in handy. And then that actually sends audio Bluetooth to the computer, and somehow it's in sync with the video cameras because I actually have, and I'm hopefully I don't break it. Try to show it. This is a video mixer. It's a video recorder and mixer, and I press the buttons on the mixer to change angles, even though my other angle died. I've been in here all day messing with stuff, so one battery lasted this long. And so yeah, I can, however many inputs, camera inputs I have, I can switch them up. It sends a signal to the computer, which I'm using to do the stream with a USB-C cable. So HDMI into the switcher, USB-C into the computer. Through the computer, I'm using a software called OBS to do a live stream to YouTube. Nothing crazy. So the computer's taking an audio source from this to a mixer, Bluetooth to the computer, and then the cameras are HDMI into this little mixer, which I press the buttons, USB-C back into the computer with the audio, the video to the internet through the software. And it's been a long day, really long day, because I had to update firmware, plug it all in for the first time. Set up the lighting. I have 2 lights. I only have 1 outlet in this room. One freaking outlet. So I've managed all the cables, so it's not too crazy. And then once I sat down, I didn't really set it up to record myself. I set it up to record somebody else. So I had to move everything closer to me while I'm filming so I can press buttons. So there's a lot of cables, and I think eventually filming multiple people in this room would be really cool. I think it's going to be possible. It's going to be pretty sick, actually. I didn't even think about that yet, but I could throw a camera back there, maybe. Look at how dark it gets when you go back here. It's amazing. I love that. That's perfect. So I could hide a camera back here probably and film in the other direction. Um, yeah, just bullshitting. I could talk about production. I could talk about poker. I could talk about rollerblading. Um, those are my three big things. I've gotten really into poker the last year because I filmed a documentary about my friend Tiny House Tom, and he just has showed me that poker's not just all about luck because he's been able to actually make money consistently every single year for over a decade. He's never won enough to retire on, but so he, it's not, it just goes to show that it's not 50-50. It's not like gambling where the casino always wins. If you've got skills, you can make something happen with this game. So I'm great at games. Actually, it's one of the things that I like to brag about is I can win at most competitive things, whether it's a sport, a strategy game. Um, I just, I don't know. I guess I want it. I want to win. So poker, I've studied the strategy pretty consistently for the last year and always learning more, but I'm at the point where I think I've learned a lot. Like I've to the point where I mean I've got I could talk I know all of the terminology. Um when I could listen to a pro talk about it and I know exactly what they're talking about and I can follow it. I mean, years of experience will always help, but it's not that complicated of a game. It's 52 different cards and there's only so many outcomes and combinations. Um, you can essentially say one card, you have just under a 2% chance of getting any card. So then you compound that, two card combos, and you can guess what other people have, guess what might come out next, the chances of anything. Still have one watcher, just one watcher. Well, I guess this channel is not as active as like a full-time professional YouTuber. That was not really a thing when I started this channel. I just really wanted to get skate edits out there. Um, but maybe I'll try to design a schedule and come on here and chat and have some people to chat with. I helped my cousin start a talk show, and he consistently has 50 people watching, and even that's not that many, honestly. I think that if you're gonna have a show and invest in it, you really want a few hundred. Um, so that's the goal, is to create something useful for people to tune into. I mean, I wanted to talk about this new big aggressive skate frame because there's a lot of information that people don't know about regarding how it works, what it's made of, just anything. I mean, it's a mystery. I've posted a few sneak peek pictures um, of the prototype. Nobody knows what the final version is going to look like because I haven't told anybody yet. I haven't even taken pictures of the 3D. It's a 3D print of the new H block model, which we're making the mold of. So I want to talk about it. I want to tell people and see if there. People were really excited when I started making this in Michigan, uh, 5 years ago. They said, "Man, I can't wait for that to come out." And now, 5 years later, a lot of them are off doing other stuff, not thinking about big wheel aggressive skating. But I hope that they can remember when we started and just bring that excitement back because I did this for the community. I didn't do this because I want to make an invention. I wanted to make it for me. I wanted to use it. It was how I liked to skate. I skated on big wheels for years, and I missed doing the grinds. Grew up doing all the grinds for 20 years. I only did aggressive skating on small wheels, and then when I learned about big wheels, I was cruising around cities. I was learning how to do wheel slides, but then every time I uh, wanted to grind, you, you were gonna mess up your skates in a bad way. I've definitely destroyed some racing skates. Um, I've cracked uh, $500 frames that were meant for racing. Luckily, they gave me new ones, but these don't crack. I've slammed on these. There have been no issues. Um, I think it's interesting the way I made them, and I've told some of my friends that most frames, if you look at them on the inside, they're not perfectly flat. They have this groove next to the wheel because it actually is very important to have that uh, bearing touching something so that the whole wheel isn't rubbing up against the side of your frame. I've done two things to change that. One is I created a spacer that resolves that sticks out enough to touch the bearing and keep the wheel spinning and away from the frame walls. Number two is the way we are able to manufacture it. Um, if it doesn't have to have that groove inside the frame, uh, you can actually cut it straight. So we've pre-cut all these frames. It's called extruding, and you basically push metal through a shape. And we've had a company do that for us before we cut the holes in the side of the frames, all the holes where the wheels go, and anywhere that. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the website. Let me put it up again. You can see my cursor. Dang it. I wonder. I'll have to figure that out. Oh, you can see these holes. You can see these holes here. So we cut those out after the fact. Um, so imagine just a big U shape, and then once we start with the U shape, you're able to machine out these little parts. And another point, these middle wheel adapters here, they may be created out of steel. So the frame is aluminum. I may switch the material up on the middle wheel adapter to steel. This is all still coming together. The main pieces are done. We are making tiny tweaks on final pieces like the spacers and the middle wheel adapters, but it'll be done within a month. I have a great manufacturing company who loves this project, and they are taking it on as if it's their own and have a personal investment to make it happen. So I feel like we have a great team um, to pull this off. So I'm thinking about making a whole new website because I made this website and I'm not a web designer. I think it turned out pretty good. It was not easy either. Just coming up with the fonts and colors was hard. I think I used Wix. Or no, I used Shopify. This is Shopify. But yeah, you're able to buy it. I've had a few people buy these things. This is what it looks like when you buy it. So it's essentially a bundle of all of its parts. There's so many parts that are involved. And I may be adding a few more as like a bonus. I was thinking about offering some free bags, a bag to hold all of the parts. So if you want to switch your setup on the fly, you can just put this bag of parts in your pocket, like the spacers and the adapters. Um, Maybe it'll be big enough to fit the H blocks. Um, I personally don't switch up my setup on the fly, but hey, you never know what people want to. Maybe you want to try different things. You're on the road and you want to just see what it can do. I don't know. I think that the big wheel aggressive skate up is all you need, but people ask for a 3-wheel down setup, so I made it happen. I figured, hey, I'm inventing this thing from the scratch, so I'll add some other innovations into the frame to make it worth it. I mean, it's not cheap to make this thing, and if I'm gonna make something for a certain price and can easily add extra features without changing the cost too much, then why not? I love making stuff up. So yeah, when you buy it, so all of these pictures are of prototypes, and I haven't updated all of the pictures yet, but we have our own axle and bolt sizes that we've made. I mean, they are 8 millimeters, but the width is a little bit shorter than most of the bolts that you'll use out there because it's an aluminum frame. And just the way I made it, it's thinner than most frames, which gives you a bigger sole plate. So I think it's a win. But it does fit on all boots. It fits on regular skate boots, like freestyle boots, and also it fits on aggressive skate boots. Yeah, you'll get a set of frame bolts. Yeah, we increased the amount of frame bolts because I now have to make some tutorials on this. You're going to use the frame bolts to lock in the components to the frame. So the middle wheel adapter and the H block, you can use a frame bolt to lock it in. Initially, I was using um, axles and bolts, but it's not necessary. You don't need it to go all the way through, and they're just easier to work with. You know, you don't have to like wiggle this long tube through a hole. In this case, you just screw them in each side, and boom, you've got a tight frame. Is there anybody watching yet? I don't even know why I'm talking. Ooh, we got someone watching. I wonder if it's just Maricela. Well, welcome whoever is watching. You're the only other person besides myself watching. I'm talking about what it looks like to purchase the Gemini skate frame. You see all the components here. Yeah, so we're gonna add a skate accessory bag. I'm still designing that. We're gonna source it in California, and yeah, just all 8 millimeter components, just like normal. And yeah, the cost is around $400 right now. I'm offering free shipping. I may start a referral program. So anybody who has bought these things, I may give the opportunity to make some money by giving a discount to other people. I do want to take care of the first people who've bought these. Do plan to reach out, and I want to get to know the story behind what people are going to do with these things. I'm locked in. I'm tuning in to what people do with these things. I'm so excited to see it. So all those people, they're going right on the channel. I'll be watching. I'll be sharing. That's just gonna be so exciting. I don't know how I'm gonna contain my excitement because, man, it's just gonna explode. Like whether it's 5 people or 25 people, like just to see other people skating this thing is gonna be a game changer. I don't know why I just clicked my email. That's a that's a habit. So let's go back to the website. I did make one blog. Oh, this is kind of funny. I took some comments that I've received from YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and I just love how polarizing any video or content that I've posted has been. People either love it or hate it. This should be illegal. I think they hated it, but I still love that because if you're a purist, this frame is terrible. It ruins the sport. But there's enough pure skating to go around. I think it's fine. Yeah, I like that comment. Jet Set Radio. Am I still? Can you see my screen? Oh yeah, I'm like so worried that this stream isn't even working. And then my buddy, He's just trolling me. Yeah, I mean, some people don't know that you can skate on two wheels. I've skated on two wheels a long time. I mean, I don't really feel a difference. I used to have wheels fall out all the time, and I just keep skating. Instead of putting them back in, I'll just say, okay, it still works. I can still roll. Yeah, I even had one time I had almost all of my wheels fall out. I only had like two wheels left, I think, or three, two or three wheels left, and I was still doing tricks, and people were freaking out. There's people nowadays do that who do that on purpose. On purpose. Oh, look it's Tom. You're actually here. You're not me commenting as you. Well, thanks for joining. I'm just talking about the Gemini skate frame. Looks like you've been here a while because I see two people have been watching. So yeah, I got this badass new studio. It took me all day because the power went out, and Marcy's like, "Did we pay the electric bill? Oh shit!" And reset the breaker, nothing, and all of a sudden it just turned back on. It was just 15 minutes, but then none of my equipment worked anymore. I don't I don't think it damaged it, but something happened, and I spent a couple hours figuring out what the problem was. I had to update my firmware in my video switcher, and then even that was a hassle. I don't want to go into details, but I got the firmware updated, and everything works obviously. The only thing I wish I could figure out is how to share audio from the computer. So it works with Windows computers, but you can't hear the song in this video. I think that's a huge bummer. It's just a matter of Macs have locked down their systems. So maybe one day I'll get another Windows computer, but in the meantime, maybe I'll have my buddy who's a pretty good web developer come up with some hacks for me. Oh no, did I lose all my video? Oh no. So all my batteries are dying because I've been down here too long. Wait, I'm gonna turn it back on. Bear with me. I've got one more camera. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. I'm on my last camera. But yeah, how's you have you done any gambling in the meantime? You are gone. Yeah, my batteries are dying. I've been down here all day. It's 8 p.m. now, and I only brought one battery down. So next time I'll be prepared. But yeah, this stream I've been just talking to myself for how long? Actually, it wasn't that hard. I started talking about production and poker and skating. I think any of those topics I can go a pretty long time. But I'm running out of steam. Let's see. Yeah, it's been 45 minutes. So yeah, the loneliest, almost completely by myself stream ever. Met some locals and went back to their pool. That's the way to do it. Yeah, well, I'm excited to go out there. It's gonna be I'm gonna be on the grind again. This is serious business for me. This is I need to make money, no vacations. I'll be playing my A game. And then I gotta, keep working too. But yeah, it'd be cool to hang out a little bit. Never got to the pool last time. I'm probably gonna say goodbye and review this thing. Um, I'm actually on the poker table right now. I've got the computer sitting here on my little poker table, and I think it'd be pretty easy to have two people in this room, maybe even an overhead angle, and stream some poker. So maybe I'll test that next time. I think if I can sync up a couple of phones or a GoPro. Wait, I don't have a GoPro, but I'll play around with this little room here. I've moved all the games to the other side. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna hit end if I can figure that out. See ya.